Hi, I'm Jed. This is going to be Capture the Flag on Slums. I messed this recording up the first time. It's okay though. Fixed it. We're good. So after bat, I charge up the middle. No real reasoning. I don't know. I'm not too good with strategy in this game quite yet. I have to get used to it. But I want to talk about what I think of Capture the Flag. Like when you play League Play solo, you see a lot of not as good players because you don't necessarily get ranked with or played with against people of your division. Here's a lot of people, lower ranked divisions to play against harder people because Call of Duty, it's easy to get better fast, so it's not too bad. And not only that, but those 5 placement games might not always be your fault. It might be teammates who aren't the best, who lead to bad rankings. Because I started out as Iron, because my placement games, 3 of them my teammates quit out of, and the other 2, my teammates didn't do very well. To say the least. So I got put in Iron, but I played a bunch of games, had decent teammates, and managed to go up to Masters, and I've been there ever since. And it's, it's a lot more fun. Because you generally don't play with people who are too low. And if you do, you have to do well against them. You still feel pressured, because if you lose, you're going to lose your division ranking, as I've seen people, it happened to people. Especially when I was ranking up. So yeah, that's League Play. Capture the Flag, you want to play a certain way and you want to tell other people what to do. This is what I think, and this is what I try to tell people, even though they might not always listen. So basically, as a team, let's imagine, you're a 4-player team and you all get along and whatever. Some people like to have one guy hang back and kind of just camp the flag and make sure they can't get a flag cap. But I'm not the biggest fan of that strategy at all. I don't ever do it. I refuse to do it. Unless my team absolutely wants me to, but hasn't been an occurrence through my years of Call of Duty or Halo, because that doesn't happen in Halo. But I don't like it, especially in the beginning, because in the beginning you're able to kind of go every direction and make sure no one passes you, and at the same time, a lot of Call of Duty teams use similar strategies, so you don't have to be too worried about what they're gonna do. So what I wanted to say is I don't want, as a person who's been on teams and wants to have 2 cents on what we do, I'm not a fan of having that guy hanging back, especially in the beginning. I think there is a time and place to have a guy hanging back, but the beginning is not one of them. You don't want to have that disadvantage of essentially playing a 3v4, pushing up, because right after the beginning you want to gain control of the map, and at the same time you're also able to cover all the regions, and strategies aren't too, they're not too unpredictable in Call of Duty. So you're able to have all 4 players rush out without risking too much. Your goal is to not die. That's all, the player intelligence, I guess. You need to be smart and make sure not all of you are dead. Pay attention to your teammates. If your teammates die, okay, I can't die here. Don't take any risk. Let him come to me if he has to. But don't sit at the flag and make it harder for your team to get a flag cap. Because when I play League Play and I see that guy hanging back right off the beginning, just kind of camping the flag with shock charges the entire time, I don't like it. Most of the time, you don't want to have to rely on that guy to stop the flag. You want just to, make it hard for them to get to the flag at all, and not have that opportunity for them to push into your base. And the way to do that is playing well as a team and able to push through to the enemy's team base, lock down spawns, and don't allow them to get past you. That's the real way to do it. You don't want to risk too much and for no reason and kind of play passively and not interestingly. It's really boring to watch people as well who do that. So I recommend a different style of play than what is, I guess, a lot of people in League Play tend to do. So my class, same as last time, lightweight, extreme conditioning on it. So what I want to say about this is running faster. Like if you're newer to Call of Duty or you don't know about this trick, I don't know if it's a glitch. I don't think it is. So basically, you can switch to your combat knife to run longer, and a lot of people know that, but a lot of people tend to do it incorrectly. I learned it from a video. I did it incorrectly at a point, then I learned, oh, that's how you do it, because I wasn't seeing the difference. What you want to do is you want to have your knife out, then start sprinting. That might sound obvious, but a lot of players tend to sprint, switch to their knife, and continue sprinting. You're not gonna go farther. It depends on what you start sprinting with. Like if you start sprinting with the knife, you can switch to your gun afterwards. You don't have to keep the knife out. People keep their knife out only because, you know, that way you don't have to keep switching guns. Right here, I was smart enough to use the UAV to just kind of turn on guys. That's why you don't want to. That's why you want to have stuns. Like, you want some guys with stuns to stop the flag guy, because that way it's easier to push him. But back on the knife, you want to start sprinting with the knife. It matters what you start sprinting with. So if you start sprinting with the gun, it doesn't matter if you switch to your knife mid-sprint. It's not going to do anything. So switch to your knife, or right off the bat, right when the game starts, if you want to, you know, run a longer distance, switch to your knife without sprinting. Don't click that left stick in. Switch to your knife, then start sprinting. Then you can switch to your gun if you want, if you prefer to. It's your choice, really. Both are fine. Depends on how much danger you think you're gonna run into. Like, you can switch to your gun later in the sprint. And right now I got an orbital VSAT, just a VSAT. So basically, when you have a VSAT, when I was talking about being aggressive, when you have a VSAT, that's when you want to be really aggressive. Not retardedly aggressive to the point where you guys are all gonna die. But use that to your advantage, because obviously there's always that fear one guy's gonna slip through your teammates without anybody seeing him. So what you want to do instead, is when you have a VSAT, is you can rush them, because if you have a VSAT, you know where they all are all of the time. This does not apply to UAV, because some people have ghosts. But when you have a VSAT to know where they are, you don't have to worry about the little green thing, like radar, showing them where they are occasionally. You'll know where they are at all times. You know when they're gonna pull the flag. You know where the flag runner is going immediately. So take advantage and get a cap really easily off of this. So, you know, back to the knifing sprinting thing. When you're knifing with your, or when you're sprinting with your knife, if you want to know if it makes a difference, I think it makes quite a good difference. With your knife out, I would say it's like a third extra time, so like 1.33 times. That's kind of nerdy, but still, that's not an exact amount. That's just a random guess. It's kind of estimating it, kind of eyeballing it. So, you know, that might not sound like too much. It's a third more, like, whoa, okay, that's not like nothing. But with extreme conditioning, that can mean a lot. The distance is huge when you have extreme conditioning. And even without it, I mean, nothing's gonna go wrong by sprinting more. You want to be careful though. You don't want to have your knife out before a fight. You don't want to do it every time you sprint, just only when you need to cover a long distance and you know no one's gonna run into you. Or you're running a flag, and when you're running a flag, you want to be careful. They might be chasing you, but if they're not, you can run with a knife if you have teammate cover or whatever. So that's the end of the game. I went 26-16. That's 26 kills, 16 deaths. If you want to know. So thanks for watching. Please like, comment, or subscribe if you've enjoyed. Bye bye.